Alright, hey, I'm going to try and quickly get through this one because I'm in the middle of a bunch of other videos, but I just wanted to try something new out, okay? So this is everything that I bought in the month of January 2021. So yeah, I guess it's not that new because I'm going through, new stuff to my collection. Very much tread that path before on this channel, but oh well. It's kind of new. Maybe I'll do this monthly. I probably won't. I don't know. I'll start off by going through the Blu-rays that are new to me. So these are in a pretty random order, but just, yeah, Blu-rays that are new to my collection. So first up is Train to Busan, which is probably the best zombie movie, maybe. It's definitely up there. It's something that managed to actually be fresh and original when it comes to that genre, which is kind of astonishing because, ever since, I don't know, the 2000s, 2010s or so, like, zombies really got old quick. But Train to Busan showed what the genre can potentially be. Then comes the Hobbit films, the Hobbit trilogy. I'm actually halfway through this series at the moment. Well, most of the way through. I've stopped about halfway through the final one of this at the moment. And I like this trilogy quite a lot. I think I kind of like it more than Lord of the Rings, which is a hot take. I know, that's going to piss some people off, but that's kind of what I think. Then there's Deepwater Horizon, just a really good drama. I've been wanting this one for a while, but I keep forgetting to get it. But it's very good. Yeah. Then there's In the Heart of the Sea, which I think is an underrated movie. A lot of people thought this was pretty shit when it came out in like 2015, 14. I remember I thought it was pretty fucking good. It tells the story kind of Moby Dick, sort of. But it's a bit different from what I know of Moby Dick. I don't know a whole lot. Anyway, then there's Gravity, which is a movie that I actually think is kind of overrated. I think there are better versions of this type of movie out there. I'm not talking space, but being stuck in a place. That rhymed. Like 127 Hours, kind of, I think, is more effective. I guess if we want to talk about space, I don't know, Interstellar, sad space stuff. I like Interstellar more. But it's definitely a beautiful film, and I wanted to own it, so yeah. Then there's The Hunt, which I'm pretty sure I've already talked about on this channel before, but this is awesome. This was a must-buy. Then there is Tomorrowland, which, just like In the Heart of the Sea, I think is a really underrated movie. I think this came out in 2013? 16. Somewhere between that. 15 maybe. I'm making shit up. I think I'm wrong about any of those. I don't know, but I like this. I reckon it's awesome. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Then there is Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, which is a movie that should not exist. But if it had to exist, it's probably the best version of what that could be. Then there's this movie 13 Hours, which is still in the wrapping. Got to take that off. It's pretty good. Then there's The Favourite, which I have not watched yet, but I imagine it's good. It's meant to be great, right? So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Then there is the original Carrie, which is another movie I have not seen yet. I've seen the remake, and I like the remake, so I'll probably like the original, I guess. We'll see. Then there is How to Train Your Dragon 3. Another one that I haven't seen. But I imagine it'll be good. Then there's Onward, which is a movie that I have to be honest, kind of disappointed me, especially when it comes to Pixar. But that being said, it's Pixar, so I have to have it. I want to have all the Pixar movies on Blu-ray at some point. So one step closer and another step closer, because there's The Good Dinosaur, which I think is a fairly good movie as well. People really don't like this one that much, but I think it's kind of beautiful. I think it's really cool in how it says a lot about humanity by saying very little. There's not that many spoken words, at least between the two characters. I forgot their names, but the dinosaur and the boy. And I just thought it was kind of impressive and moving. But maybe I'm dumb. Then there is Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. Which is as good as the title suggests. In which I mean awesome. This is hilarious. Probably going to be outdated very quick. In like another 5 years. I don't know. That might be a very outdated movie by then, but I like it, so whatever. Then there's Aquaman, still in the case. Yeah, I don't know. It's just dumb fun. Oh, this accidentally got split up, but Pixar, The Incredibles 2, which isn't amazing, but, you know, again, gotta have all the Pixar ones, and it's good. It's a good film. I'm just saying, it's not as good as the first, and it's not as good as some other Pixar movies, but, like, when you're talking Pixar, it's pretty damn good still. Then there's Fantasy Island, which is another movie that I think is kind of underrated. It's really dumb, I know. It's not like the greatest film ever, but when it comes to these shitty Blumhouse horror movies, like, I get into them. I thought it was less dumb than everyone kind of thought it was, and I kind of liked it. Then there is Glass, which is almost a cool movie. I like it enough to have warranted getting it, but it's a frustrating movie, you know? Like, there's a lot wrong with it. Then there's Bohemian Rhapsody. Speaking of a lot wrong with, I got this because it was $3.50. Don't love it, but it's not the worst. Maybe I'm backtracking on that already. Then there is John Wick 3, which is definitely not the worst. Yeah, boy, John Wick 3. I do think that this isn't as good as the first one. I think that 2 and 3 in particular are probably unnecessary, and I think they're more the same, and I was left a little bit disappointed that it was more just of the very same thing. But then again, when it comes to John Wick, the same thing is not a bad thing. You know, John Wick 3 is cool as hell. Then there is the Aladdin remake. I'm just making myself look like an idiot in this video because that's another one that I think is underrated. I don't know, people don't like it, but then there's Bloodfather. Another kind of underrated, underknown really. People don't really know about this one. And I know it's got Mel Gibson, so you might not want to really support it. You might not want to watch it, but I don't know. This came out a few years ago, and I was kind of a fan of it, and the Blu-ray was $4, so if the Blu-ray's $4, I'm getting it, you know? And then the last Blu-ray that is new to me is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Okay, and then I got a few more Blu-rays, but these are upgrades of what I already had on DVD. So there is Bad Times at the El Royale, which is literally one of my favorite movies of all time from 2018. And if you haven't seen it and you like Tarantino, Coen Brothers, if you like crime, drama, comedy stuff, watch it. Then there is Nocturnal Animals, another very, very favorite movie of mine in my top, I don't know, probably in my top 20. I think this is amazing. I've watched it multiple times with multiple people because I wanted to show them how amazing it was, and every time I've had like an hour-long discussion afterwards or something talking about the meaning behind everything. This is a fantastic, fantastic film. I hugely recommend it, and it's probably the best film that I have talked about or that I am going to talk about in this video. Then there is Breaking Bad. I got these for $3 each. $3 for a season each on Blu-ray. There's 4, 5, and 6 if you count 6 as... Because there's 5 technically, but they're split up, so I kind of count it as 6. I don't know. Don't have the first 3 on Blu-ray. Do have them on DVD. As I said, this is an upgrade. They weren't there where I got these ones for $3 at Salvos, I think. Somewhere like that. But yeah, what a fucking steal. Like, I almost feel bad, but like, that's awesome. Alright, and now we're getting to the movies on DVD that I bought. So these are all new to me because, well, yeah, upgrades. I wouldn't buy a DVD that I already had the movie of. So first up is Frank, which is awesome. This really awesome movie. Watch Frank, please. It's like this weird indie thing. It's very music focused. It's got Donald Gleason, who I love. It's got Michael Fassbender, who is also really good. And he's kind of a weirdo wearing this mask thing, and it's really good. And I don't remember that much else about it, if I'm being honest. But I do remember loving it. Then there is Lean on Pete, which is also a pretty strong movie. It's a bit slow. I'm not absolutely in love with it, but it's very well done and respectable, and I wanted to add it to my collection. Then there's 10 by 10, which is just kind of dumb horror thriller sort of stuff, but I kind of like it. And yeah, I like Luke Evans, so yeah. Then there's this movie called Strange But True, which I know nothing about at all. My wife was interested in watching it. Don't know. I guess I'll see. Have not watched it yet. Yeah. Then there is Damsel, which is underrated as fuck, or at least just, again, it's kind of obscure. I want everybody in the world to watch Damsel. That's probably not true because I think a lot of people won't like it. It's slow, it's weird, it goes in directions that you would not expect it to go in or necessarily maybe even want it to go in. But just remember that tagline, not all damsels need saving. It rings so true. This movie is hilarious. Very surprising. I was really, really, really into this one. I fucking love Damsel. Then there is Before Midnight, which is the third one of the Before Sunrise Sunset trilogy. This one took me a while to get. I've had the other two for years, to be honest. I didn't like this one as much as the other two when I watched it years ago. I haven't watched it for a few years, but I wanted to complete the collection. But I remember not liking it because this one's just kind of depressing. And the other two were just like really romantic and fun and adventurous. And that one was kind of just like, oh, they're old and depressing and fighting and arguing. And I didn't have as good a time watching it. But I think I need to rewatch it because, yeah, those first two movies I'm absolutely in love with. Then there's this kind of shitty horror movie that I used to like when I was a teenager called Pathology. I don't remember heaps about it, to be honest, but it's a guy who works in like a morgue or whatever. Or maybe he's a doctor. Is he a surgeon? I don't know. I'm just telling you bullshit right now. I'm just telling you what I kind of remember about it. Medical student in forensics. There you go. And I don't know. They start killing people or something. It's a horror. It's kind of bad. But I like it, and I like the actor, Milo Ventimiglia. The guy from This Is Us. I like that dude. From Heroes. Sorry, you might know him from Heroes better. Yeah. Then there is MacGruber, which is hilarious, and I'm glad I found that cheap. I got that one for like $2. I got this for $2 as well. I got most of these for like $2 or so, to be honest. The Back to the Future trilogy, just on DVD. I'm not like the biggest fan of Back to the Future. I'm not as familiar as you probably think I would be when it comes to this franchise. It's just like, I don't know, it seems up my alley, but every time I've watched it, I've gotten a little bored, to be honest. But I've been wanting to rewatch them again because, I don't know, time travel, man, I just, you know, it's fun. It is good. It's good. I've just, it just hasn't been as good as I was expecting the previous times I've watched them. Then there is I'm Still Here, which is a movie I've not seen, but it seems interesting. I've wanted to watch it for a few years, but it hasn't been on any streaming services, so cheap DVD, sure, there's my solution. Then I've got Raiders of the Lost Ark, which, you know, I don't know. Indiana Jones. I feel like I should probably have them. I was considering buying all of them on Blu-ray, but I found this one cheap. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I still will, you know, I might upgrade, but I didn't want to just not get it because I saw it cheap and I'm like, I want those movies, so. Then there is Still Alice, which is a movie I've also not seen. Taken 3, infamous for being the weakest of the Taken movies, by far. But I have the other two, so why not get 3 if I see it cheap? I got it for $2. Then there is Oculus, another movie that I think I need to rewatch because I didn't really like it all that much when I watched it years ago, but I heard people raving about it, like the reviews online and stuff. People say that this is surprisingly good, so I think I should rewatch it. Then there is The Family, which is fine. Then there is First Reformed, which I know is fantastic, but I have not watched it yet, so I don't know for sure. I don't know what I think about it yet, but I will be watching this sometime very soon because I've been wanting to watch this for quite a while. Yeah. Then there is The Hangover 3. Again, it's just a completionist buy. I have the first 2, so I'm like, fuck it. I'll buy 3. If I see it for $2, it's worth getting the third to complete the trilogy, the epic trilogy of the Hangover movies, which aren't movies I love, but they're fine, so yeah. Then there is The Castle, which kind of is a movie that I love. Just an Australian classic. And I watched it for the first time recently, and it's hilarious how much it gets right about Australia. And now, next up, TV shows. I know I already said Breaking Bad, but that was just because that was part of the upgrades. Now I'm going to go through TV, starting off with the one Blu-ray that I got, which is Game of Thrones Season 4. Just randomly Season 4, you know? But I did get... Hang on, where are they? Game of Thrones Seasons 1... I did get 1 and 2 as well, just on DVD though, but again, they were cheap. There were only a few dollars for those, which is a fucking steal as well. And then I got season 4 limited edition, season 4 on DVD. That was before I saw the Blu-ray, and I was really annoyed because, like, if I had the option, I'm definitely gonna get the Blu-ray over the DVD. But I got the DVD, and then I went to another shop and I saw the Blu-ray, and I'm like, well, fuck. And so I bought it again. Which is probably stupid. What am I doing with my life decisions? But there we go. Game of Thrones, by the way, is a show that I don't love. I've only seen the first season, and I thought it was kind of boring. I kind of liked it. There was stuff that I liked in there. I liked the characters that we all know, like Jon Snow and, what's her name? I forgot her name. God damn it. Emilia Clarke, Dragon Lady. Forgot her name. But anyway, I like those main characters, and I like the show in general when it's focusing on them. But half of the fucking series is just like these old men in some medieval boardroom talking about war strategies and just being fucking boring. And I hate that aspect of the show, and that's why I never finished it. I only watched season 1 because of that. But I'm trying again. I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna try and pursue. I'm gonna try and persist through the boring old men talking, which makes me sound so lazy and like dumb, but it's true. And hopefully I like it this time. I guess we'll see. Then I got the first 2 seasons of Better Call Saul, which I don't think is as good as Breaking Bad, but if you adjust your expectations, if you haven't watched it, it is still pretty damn good. And it still has a similar tone and vibe. It just goes down a bit of a different angle. It's not quite as serious and violent and horrible as Breaking Bad in some ways. It's a bit lighter, but it still goes in those directions though. And it's pretty damn good. I would recommend Better Call Saul if you're a Breaking Bad fan. Then I got Fargo season 1. I believe this was like $1. Maybe it was $2. Again, I'm just like, I feel kind of bad because that's such a steal, but like, how fucking good for me, man. Then there is this show, Black Books, 1 to 3. I believe that's the entire series. Just like this British comedy show. I don't know. It's not like my favorite show in the world, but like, why not get like the whole box set in this special fucking stupid case and whatever for cheap? And then, after years and years of not wanting to and being like, I should not because fuck this, I got Scrubs Season 9, which is not Scrubs. It's not, but it is. I hate that it says the 9th and does it say 9th? The complete and final 9th season. I hate that because this is not Scrubs. This is a spin-off. This was originally called Scrubs Interns or something like that. It's separate. It's not Scrubs. And I hate that it ruins the show a little bit, and I hate it. But if you can separate it, and if you look at it as a spin-off of Scrubs, and that it doesn't ruin the ending of Scrubs, if you try and separate it, it's actually not that bad. It's kind of fine. It's kind of alright. Like, it's definitely not as good as the real show Scrubs seasons 1 to 8. But there's still something there. It's still kind of okay. Years and years of hating this has led me to this moment where I finally buy it and I'm like, it's okay, I guess. But I'm still mad about it. I still think it shouldn't exist. Then there is Flight of the Conchords. I think this is all of them. There's only 2 seasons from what I know. I've seen a few episodes of this, but not much of it. So I'm looking forward to watching it because I think it's going to be pretty good. Then I got The Wire Season 2. I've got Season 1 as well. I haven't watched the show. I watched the first couple episodes of the first season, maybe last year or something, and I was like, you know what? I'm not really in the mood for this right now, and I decided to postpone. But I think it will be good, so I bought Season 2. Then I've got Mr. Robot Season 1, another show I haven't seen yet, but I think it's going to be awesome, so yeah. Another one that I haven't seen, but I have faith in being good is True Blood, Seasons 1 and 2. I have seen maybe 1 episode in my life, do not remember it, so I guess I'll see how that goes. And then I got True Detective Season 2, which is the exact same story as, what was it? The Wire. Haven't seen the first season, but I have the first season on DVD. Just here. But I think it's going to be good. Like, I kind of don't have any doubts that that's going to be a great show. So I went ahead and bought the second season as well. And that is everything that I bought in the month of January 2021. And that's all. Cool. If you like this video, let me know. You know, if it's popular enough, if people like it, maybe I'll do the other months. But this was kind of just meant to be like a bit of a lazy video. You know, I'm not going to do much in terms of flashy editing or whatever. Just me talking about some fucking stuff that I bought. Okay, cool. See you next month, maybe, if I decide to do this. I don't know. If not, I'll be doing other things and you'll see me anyway. Cool. Thanks for watching. Do the things that the YouTubers say and get the fuck out of here. Hey, I just packed everything up and realized I forgot to mention this. I also got this X-Men collection, which includes X-Men, X-Men 2, The Last Stand, First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse on Blu-ray for $10. And I thought that was pretty good. And I forgot to mention it, so here I am. Cool. Woo!